Yeah, Max, David, thank you very much for your commentary this evening. Then we turned it round, 2-1 victory for Arsenal in our first outing in this season's Europa League. Adrian Clarke is with me to discuss. I mean, Adrian, it wasn't a performance that we'll remember or won't live long in the memory, that's for sure. But we got the job done.
Yeah, it wasn't flawless, no doubt about that. I mean, the first half of that second half was really disappointing, actually, in every respect. I think at the back we were really quite sloppy. Obviously, gave away a crazy goal. Playing out from the back, the decision making wasn't great, and there were one or two other scares. Going forward, we lacked that imagination. Very reliant on someone delivering a wonder cross, really. So, but what happened once the subs were introduced? We did change, we did improve, we started to sharpen up our game, more combinations were formed, and that's when we nicked a couple of goals, and in the end I think we had just as many efforts on goal as Rapid Vienna, but for a part of that second half we didn't have a single shot on goal. It was only towards the end that we really cut loose, but look, job done. It wasn't a great performance, but it's a terrific result.
Is there a minor frustration? And I'm nitpicking here a little bit, but Aubameyang is our star player. Everybody knows that. He's been rested for tonight's game. But it appears again we're reliant on him, because when we brought him on, that's when everything changed.
Yeah. I mean, it was an easy-ish goal, wasn't it, for him? It was a fairly simple finish. I think tonight was perhaps a good advert for using him as a central striker. I don't think it was a great night for Alexandre Lacazette. Eddie Nketiah didn't grasp the opportunity either. And I just wonder, given the nature of his finish, predatory inside the 6-yard box, you just think, well, maybe we need to get him in those areas a little bit more often. We know he's got pace to run in behind. He can hold the ball up over. I'm leaning towards giving him a try, actually, in that sort of centre forward position, and maybe pushing up. You could have Willian and Pepe on the wings, or Saka could be on a wing with Pepe or Willian on the other. So we'll have to wait and see. But Aubameyang certainly made a difference, as did Hector Bellerin. I thought he was really good after he came on. Wonderful assist, wasn't it? Perfectly weighted cross along the 6-yard box for Oba to slot home. And Elneny deserves credit for the pass that released Bellerin as well. And that's what we were crying out for. We said the man on possession needs runners. They need someone to make an angle. And what happened for the goal, the winner? Bellerin made that run in behind the fullback. Elneny saw it, played the pass to perfection, and lo and behold, we score a goal. We just want to see more of that.
Who knew Elneny was the centre attacking midfielder that we craved and needed, eh? Right. We've been, if you've been a regular viewer of the Breakdown Live, you'll know that we do this. We discuss 3 things that we've learned from each of our games. So let's have a look at the first thing that we've learned from tonight's performance then, and it's this. Thomas Partey gives us a glimpse of his ability to break the lines. Yeah, lots of people were waxing lyrical at halftime, full-time the same. Project Fofty says here that line-breaking pass from Partey is something we haven't seen enough of. Great player. We've got another one here from Colin, who says already in love with Partey's passing between the lines. And Junior says Arsenal's players got to get used to the anticipation of these Partey line-breaking passes. Yeah, I mean, full debut. I mean, again, it wasn't spectacular, but we've seen glimpses of what he can offer.
Well, he's not a spectacular player. He is what he is, and he's a classy operator. I think on the ball you could see that tonight. Plays with real grace and poise. Good passer, very proactive. Likes to make that forward pass where possible. He also won more tackles, or he made more tackles than any other Arsenal player. 5 in total. He made more regains of possession than any other Arsenal player as well. So he did his bit without the ball. We know that was partly why he was brought in. I think Thomas Partey had a very good debut. I think it's a solid 8 out of 10. I think him and Gabriel are probably vying for main man status from this particular match, and two summer signings, of course, there. So it's a good start, and I think he'll get even better. There's a lot more to come from Partey. I'd like to see him drive with the ball at his feet more often. I think that will come, and I think that he will throw his weight around in Premier League matches once he gets up to speed.
Well, we're all looking forward to seeing a little bit more of that. That's for sure. Right, let's have a look at the second thing that we've picked up from tonight's performance then, and it is this. We're very good at playing out from the back, but there will be occasional mistakes. And the goal did come from quite a big mistake. Simon Collins saying, Arsenal have created plenty of goals by playing out from the back, but they were sloppy there. Sums up the performance, really. We've got another one here from Neelab Jar, who says playing out from the back is not always possible. Yeah, you can say that again. And Lasego says far from perfect. Arsenal fortunate Rapid are not clinical. Why do we insist in playing out from the back when our guys are clearly not comfortable? So yeah, it's a question for you, Adrian. I mean, we've seen we've exploited teams in the past through playing out from the back, but we have been susceptible to a mistake or two from playing out from the back.
Show me a team that doesn't make the odd mistake when playing out from the back. I don't know if I know one. I mean, all of the best teams get caught from time to time trying to be too fancy at the back, and it looks bad. It's a terrible look, but I think Arsenal fans should probably calm down a little bit on that particular subject, because we've scored an awful lot of goals and created many, many chances by playing out from the back really smoothly and opening up space to really go and hurt the opposition. So it's pros and cons. I think it's very easy. And look, tonight it was a poor choice, two poor choices. David Luiz shouldn't play the pass back to Leno. He should look at the scenario and think, you know what, the percentage passes just go long. I'll clip it up the line. And once it comes to Leno, he's got to hit it first time. He's got to put his laces through it. So both of them are equally culpable. But these things will happen if that is your philosophy, and that is our philosophy. We need to just sharpen up and get even better at it. Leno, I think eyes will be on him because Emi Martinez didn't make that kind of error. But I think, you watch Villa this season, I'm sure if they play out from the back, Emi will probably throw in one of those as well. It just happens from time to time.
And also, it's one of those things that you have to accept. If you make a mistake playing out from the back, or the goalkeeper anyway, it's usually a fatal mistake, isn't it? So it's going to be highlighted even more.
Of course, yeah. Look, it wasn't Bernd Leno's best night. I think that much was obvious. There were one or two other decisions that he made coming off his line that didn't come off. There's one poor clearance, another one he came really far out of his goal and didn't clear the ball, and they almost put it into the empty net. So it's one of those games tonight. Bernd Leno, it kind of would have wished that Runarsson was given his debut, or Matt Macy, because he didn't do himself any favours. But one thing I do know about Bernd Leno is that he's a player with really strong character, and it might be the best thing that happens to Bernd Leno tonight's performance, because it will make him assess his own game and make the necessary improvements. So I'm fully expecting Bernd Leno to be back to his excellent best against Leicester and moving forwards.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that situation for sure. Right, let's have a look at the third and final thing that we've taken from tonight's performance, and it is winning ugly can sometimes be beautiful. This is something that we've been seeing lots of you talk about online. Sophie says sometimes winning ugly is kind of beautiful. It's summed up perfectly. We've got one here saying much better in attack this half. Partey and Elneny solid in the middle. Both centre-backs pretty solid too. Leno having a shocker today. Overall, a decent performance in this half. Plus, good for Oba's confidence. Hopefully comes back from getting that goal. And Julio says, why, with a lot of pace in our team, do we not play with that pace?
Well, yeah, some good points brought up there. First up on Aubameyang, yes, it will do his confidence, the power of good. That was a real result, I think, for him to get that tap in, because now he doesn't need to worry about any kind of goal drought. He can kick on from here. And I think he has been really quiet in the Premier League or in recent outings. So I'm hoping for a big performance from Aubameyang on Sunday against Leicester. Will he play down the middle? I wouldn't write off the possibility, because as I said earlier, I'm not sure Lacazette and Nketiah grabbed their chance tonight. And in terms of pace, why don't we use our pace? I think games like tonight, where we have 67% of possession, it's hard because you've got five at the back. You're trying to break them down. There's not a lot of space to use your speed. We see it, don't we, when Arsenal play on transitions and counters and breakaways, turnovers, those kind of situations. That's when we really explode into life. What we want to see more of is like what we saw for the winning goal. It's a little bit of patience, and then somebody making a really quick, direct, run in behind the opposition, and we've got the quality players to slip them in. Tonight it was El Neni for Bellerin who squares it for Oba. That is what's missing, and I just wish that likes of Pepe and Aubameyang and all of the guys that have got that speed would just use it a little bit more often in that way.
Yeah. Well, at the end of the day, it's 3 points on the board, an away win as well, which is always welcome. It sets us up nicely for the visit of Leicester City on Sunday, Adrian.
Absolutely, yeah. Look, it wasn't a pretty performance, but the final 20 minutes was okay, much better, and it gets us back in the winning groove. Got Dundalk at home next time out. That'll be a really interesting game. And look, we win that one at 6 points. We're sort of almost there, aren't we? Almost over the line very early on in the campaign. So yeah, look, it's an away win, and we take it and we move on. But yeah, hopefully the things that we didn't do so well tonight, hopefully we can improve on those dramatically against Leicester, because it's going to be a much stiffer test. I think we all know that.
Yeah, most definitely. Adrian, thank you very much for your company this evening. As always, you'll be back alongside me on Sunday for the visit of Leicester City to the Emirates Stadium in the Premier League. We'll be on arsenal.com around 6:45, so make sure you join us then. Take care.